Hey guys, welcome back. Nucleus is membrane bound organelle found in eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are those cells which have well-defined nucleus. Nucleus was first described by Robert Brown in the year 1831. Normally, there is one nucleus per cell, but some mature cells lack nucleus. For example, erythrocytes of many mammals and sieve tube cells of vascular plants, they lack nucleus. Now, the nucleus has a double layered covering called nuclear envelope. It has outer membrane and inner membrane. And between these two membranes, there is perinuclear space. And this perinuclear space is about 10 to 50 nanometers. Okay, so the nuclear envelope is formed by the two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. Between these two membranes, there is a space called perinuclear space, which is about 10 to 50 nanometers. This outer membrane is connected with endoplasmic reticulum, and also ribosomes are attached to it. Okay. Now, the nuclear membrane has nuclear pores. These pores are formed by fusion of two membranes at certain points, and through these pores, RNA and proteins can be exchanged between nucleoplasm and cytoplasm. Now, moving to the next, the structure of the nucleus. Here you can see the nuclear envelope with outer membrane and inner membrane. So, this is outer membrane and this one is the inner membrane. Between the two membranes, perinuclear space will be present, as I discussed just now. Now, inside, the fluid present is called nucleoplasm, and this nucleoplasm has nucleolus, then chromatin fibers. Chromatin fibers are of two types, heterochromatin and euchromatin. Heterochromatin is tightly condensed DNA, and euchromatin is lightly packed DNA which is enriched with genes, and often they undergo transcription. Okay. Now, here we find nuclear pores in the nuclear envelope, and also ribosomes are attached to the nuclear envelope, as I discussed just now in the previous slide. Now, moving to the next, nucleoplasm contains nucleolus and chromatin. Nucleoli, these are the spherical structures without membranes, and they are the sites for active ribosomal RNA synthesis. Cells that are actively carrying out protein synthesis have large nucleoli and numerous nucleoli. Okay, and coming to the next, that is chromatin. Chromatin contains DNA, some basic proteins called histones, and some non-histone proteins and RNA. All these are present in chromatin. Okay, now moving to the next, DNA. Chromosomes contain information in the form of DNA molecules. DNA full form is deoxyribonucleic ribonucleic acid. It has the information necessary for constructing and organizing cells, and also it has the information to transfer the characters from parents to the offspring. Okay, so genes are the functional segments of DNA. These genes are also called units of inheritance, because genes contain the information required for protein synthesis. Genes contain the information that is carried from one generation to another generation. So they are the units of inheritance. Now let's discuss about functions of nucleus. Nucleus play very important role in cellular reproduction. This is nothing but the cell division process. Because of cell division, one parent cell will divide and form two daughter cells. Okay, so this is how number of cells increase in living organisms. That is very much important in growth and repairing processes that occur in living organisms. Okay, nucleus has an important role in compartmentalization. Nuclear envelope separates the contents of the nucleus from the cytoplasm. So the important activities are going on either side of the nuclear envelope. Now nucleus play very important role along with the environment in determining the way the cell will develop and what form the cell will exhibit at maturity. Now, the nucleus controls the functions of the cell. It is also called brain of the cell because it is controlling many functions of the cell. DNA replication occurs in nucleus, and after that the newly formed DNA is transferred into the daughter cells. Okay, nucleolus, the site of production of ribosomes, is present in nucleus. So ribosome synthesis occur inside the nucleus. Okay, so these are the functions of nucleus. Now let's discuss about nucleoid. An undefined nuclear region containing only nucleic acids in some organisms like bacteria is called nucleoid. So it is a region in the cytoplasm where the DNA is located. Here you can see this is the picture of bacterial cell or the prokaryotic cell. In this you will find here this is the genetic material. It is not present inside a well-defined nucleus. It is just simply present in cytoplasm and not covered by nuclear membrane. Such region in the cytoplasm where the nucleic acid is present in prokaryotic cells is called nucleoid. Okay. Now moving to the next, the difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. First of all, prokaryotic cells are generally smaller. They have 1 to 10 micrometer size, and eukaryotic cells generally they are large. The size is about 5 to 100 micrometers. Now coming to the nuclear region of prokaryotic cells is not well defined and it is not surrounded by nuclear membrane. But in case of eukaryotic cells, there is a well defined nucleus, and the nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. In case of prokaryotic cell, there is a single chromosome, but in eukaryotic cells more than one chromosome is found. In prokaryotic cell, membrane bound cell organelles are absent, but in case of eukaryotic cell there are membrane bound organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, mitochondria, chloroplast, lysosomes, etc. there are so many membrane bound organelles which are performing their specific functions inside the cell. So this is about the difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Now moving to the next. In eukaryotic cells, the membrane bound cell organelles perform different functions. But in case of prokaryotic cells, the poorly organized parts of the cytoplasm will perform many of the functions of the cell. Now, the chlorophyll in photosynthetic prokaryotic bacteria is associated with membranous vesicles but not with the plastids as in case of eukaryotic cells. This is all about today's video. If you are new to my channel, subscribe for more videos. If you liked it, share it with your friends. I'll be back with more videos. Have a great day. Thank you all.